Before we start coding, we need to download a few files. First file which we will need to download is the AngularJS. You'll find it on the angularjs.org. Click on the download button on the home page. We want a stable and minified version. At the time of this recording, the version 1.2.2 is the latest one. If we click on the right-click on the download button now, select the Save Link As, and if we save it to our downloads folder, that's the first file. Now if we click on the extras, we need to download angular-mocks.js. So right click on this one, save link as, and the same situation, we save it to the downloads folder. This mocks is going to be used later on when we're going to be creating our tests. If we go to the foundation.zerb.com website, this is when we're going to be getting some styling. Basically, I'm going to download the Foundation 5 at the time of this recording. So if we click on the Foundation 5 and then download Foundation CSS, this is the file we're going to be using for styling. So that's downloaded. Obviously, if you prefer to use Bootstrap or your own custom styling, by no means please feel free to use it. This has no effect on the functionality of the website whatsoever. Then we go into the sqlite.org/download.html, and what we need is the version of SQLite. If we scroll down a little bit, we're gonna get binaries for Mac, so because I'm going to be working on Mac, so if I click on this one, save it, and I'm also going to get binaries for Windows because I'm going to show you how to use SQLite on Windows as well. So click on that one. To download Jasmine for our tests, go to jasmine.github.io/1.3/introduction.html. Scroll down to the download section, click on the standalone release. If you click on that one, that's going to open a GitHub page where you've got different versions. We are using 1.3.0 during this course. Obviously, if you feel you'd like to use a higher version, download the higher version. I'm going to download this 1.3.0, click on the View Raw, and save the files to your downloads folder. I've included all of the files we've just downloaded together with the exercise files, so in case you obviously cannot download them for any reason, whether the URL has expired or anything like this, you've got them all together with the exercise files. Now that the files are downloaded, on the left hand side here I've got the root of my project. On the right hand side is my downloads folder. First of all, in the root of our project we're going to create a new folder, call it JS, which will store our JavaScript files. I'll open this folder and we're going to copy Angular mocks and Angular min.js to that folder. So these two are now inside of our JS folder. We can now close it, create another directory, call it a database. If we open this directory, now I'm going to unzip this OS X version of SQLite. So just double click and there we go. Our binary file is now available. So if I drag and drop it to our database folder, we can do straight away the same for the Windows one. So double click it. It's exe file, obviously on Windows we can't run it, so I'm just going to leave it. I can now open Jasmine standalone, basically unzip the file as well. You can see we've got several folders here, plus the spec runner which we're going to need. So inside of our, inside of the root of our project, what we're going to do is to create a test folder and drag the spec runner into this folder because we're going to be using this to preview our tests. Plus what we need to do is open our library folder here, and what we're going to copy from this library folder, actually we're going to copy the entire Jasmine-1.3.0 folder to the test directory now in the root of our project. And that's pretty much everything that we've downloaded and copied, apart from obviously the foundation. So again, we need to double click our compressed foundation file, and what we need to do is copy the CSS folder directly to the root of our project. And now all of the files are ready for the next video.